I'm in Krakow, or Krakow, you might know it as that, and I was here some years ago, and as a tourist I saw a lot of the sights. I saw the salt mine, I saw the University Museum where Copernicus studied, and I saw the big castle up on the hill. And I'm very glad that I did all of these things, but they did have something rather unfortunate in common, which I want to talk to you about. And that is they had really amazingly bad tour guides. Fortunately, they were so bad that I was able to find it funny, but it was nonetheless a frustration. You see, these tour guides all did the same thing. They spewed data, but they didn't tell me anything, and they didn't entertain me. If you're a tour guide, you're in the entertainment industry, and you should say things that are interesting. So there I was in the castle, for instance, and I saw this amazing painting. Who the heck was that guy in the red hat? And was he actually meant to be 10 feet tall, or was it just bad perspective? And what is that woman in the background doing? That's what I wanted to know, and looking at it I would say it was probably an 18th century painting, and then the tour guide would get to it and I think, oh great, I'm going to find out, and he would say this was painted in 1758, okay, that confirmed my guess, and was painted by, and then the name of a Polish painter. I'd never heard of the Polish painter, and it was just a name, I was going to forget it instantly, and I did. And then on to the next painting. I had learned nothing. I remembered nothing, and nothing he said was of any interest whatsoever. Down in the salt mine, I remember we would go from one junction to the next, and the tour guide would say, this junction is 115 meters below ground. And I would think, yeah, that's a distance, I suppose, that's a depth, and yeah, we've come down a few corridors, yeah, that sounds about right to me, so I've learned nothing. And then he would say, that passage there was completed in 1652, and that one was completed in 1812, okay, great, it's a passage like the other one, and again, these are just numbers that I'm going to forget instantly. What I want to know when I'm down in a salt mine is, what was it like working down here? What sort of people worked down here? Were they all volunteers? What were conditions like? Was it considered a high status job? Was it well paid? What did they do for light? Was the ventilation then like it is now? Interesting stuff. Tell me stuff about people and the way they lived and history and how things have changed, and maybe I'll actually remember some of that. So there you go, there's my little rant about tour guides. You may know lots of facts, but just spewing data really doesn't help.